Your tire light just came on, and you're on your way to work. You quickly realize that you're driving with a flat tire. Thankfully, you're able to pull safely off the road and out of traffic. Unfortunately, this now means replacing a flat tire you didn't expect. You'd be lucky if you had an emergency fund saved to tackle such a situation. But, you're probably like most Americans. You don't have one. So, what exactly is an emergency fund? And, why is it so important? In today's video, not only will you learn what emergency funds are, but, you'll also discover 5 reasons why they are so important. Before we begin, make sure you click that like button and subscribe to our channel. You'll pick up other financial tips and strategies just like this one. Now, let's fund it up. We all know that life has financial storms. Sometimes you can predict them. And sometimes you can't. When these storms do hit us, one of the biggest problems we face is a lack of available savings. You've probably heard, either from a relative, a friend, or perhaps even a financial advisor, you need to set aside an emergency fund. But what exactly is an emergency fund? And how much savings is required? Simply put, an emergency fund consists of $1,000 in available cash savings. It can be used for situations like replacing that flat tire. Whether you are single, a couple, or an entire family, the general rule still applies. So why is an emergency fund so important? Let's look at 5 reasons. The first reason why emergency funds are important is peace of mind. Typical financial emergencies are under $1,000. So, imagine you find yourself needing $200, $400, or even $800 right now. Ask yourself, could you provide it? Nearly half of all Americans say they couldn't. That's because nearly half of all Americans have no financial flexibility. Now, it may not be very exciting, but having an available emergency fund is the foundation your entire financial health is built upon. It provides a level of comfort in a time of need. Without it, it's only a matter of time before those unexpected events cause your financial foundation to crumble. The second reason why emergency funds are important is they're achievable. Simply saving as much money as you can, whatever amount that may be, doing it consistently over time, you begin to realize that saving $1,000 is not that hard to do. The more often you save, the faster you can reach it. That might mean 1 less brand coffee a week, or 1 less drive-through lunch. It doesn't matter what you cut back. You'll find plenty of opportunities to save money. So, why not start saving for your emergency fund today? The third reason emergency funds are important, and the most common factor of taking part of any decision, is having a plan B. Although you might be thinking that emergency funds are just about having $1,000, they can also be as much as having 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Decide what's best for your situation. If you have a goal like starting a business, your emergency fund can protect you from dipping into those savings. And, even if you feel like your progress forward is slow, saving regularly is the best way to help obtain your personal and financial goals. The fourth reason emergency funds are important is avoiding unnecessary credit card debt. The quickest way for most people to access cash in a financial emergency is through their credit card. This might work for a short period, but if you're carrying a balance for a long time, the interest you'd be paying can significantly increase whatever the initial cost was. A fully established emergency fund would allow you to stay away from credit card debt entirely. The fifth and final reason emergency funds are important is they can be your bridge. Suppose you lost your job. That can be very stressful. Having a steady paycheck provides a level of comfort, even if you are entitled to receiving financial help like unemployment benefits. More often than not, it won't come close to replacing your income. Having an established emergency fund, especially one that is as much as 6 months of living expenses, will help bridge that financial gap. But, if you find yourself living from paycheck to paycheck, you won't have the luxury of time to find the perfect job replacement. Instead, you'd end up rushing through the process by taking the first position that becomes available. So, bottom line, start building your emergency fund today. Get everyone in the family involved. Set a goal when you would like to have your available $1,000. Then set your next goal. Expand your emergency fund savings to include up to 6 months of living expenses. You'll never regret saving for life surprises. But, you could very well regret it if you don't. Thanks for watching. If you liked today's video, make sure you click the like button, and leave a comment below. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button to learn more financial tips and strategies.